Hello, Year 3 special RE lesson today because we're going on a trip. Not a real trip, unfortunately, for obvious reasons, but we're going on a virtual trip. So you join me here outside the door of Charles Dickens Primary School, a scene I'm sure you're all very familiar with. And we're going to go and view one of the most beautiful and interesting mosques in the whole of the world. But first we need to get there. So let's go and have a look. We're going to zoom out of where we are. Boom, there's beautiful Charles Dickens School. I miss it. I'm sure you miss it as well. And we're going to zoom out of Southwark and South London. Goodbye, London. We're going to turn around to face the right direction. Ta-da! We're going to not even go anywhere in Europe. We're going outside of Europe. So there's Europe. And we are going to go over here to a country in Central Asia called Uzbekistan. And you might never have heard of Uzbekistan. It's not a very famous country, but it is quite a big country. It's in Central Asia and it has quite a large Muslim population. So we're going to go and look at this city here called Samarkand. And Samarkand isn't the capital of Uzbekistan, but it is quite a large city. And you can see it's quite an old city. All the buildings are very tightly packed together. And we're going to go here to the Bibi Kaim Mosque. And that is a mosque that was built about 600 years ago. So it was built by a king who had a lot of money and wanted to show, just like with the Qurans that we looked at, how important his religion was to him. So let's drop ourselves into the street outside and see what we can see. Well, there's lots of people, and there's the entrance door to it. So let's go a bit closer. And you can start to see some of these incredible patterns, these these mosaics, these tile patterns that they have there. So I wonder if we can get nice and up close to have a look. Here we go. So this is actually inside the mosque, or inside the gate to the mosque, and we can see some of the things that we've already talked about. We can see here something that begins with C. I wonder if you can tell me what it is. Yeah, calligraphy, Arabic calligraphy. So we can see words from the Quran that are written in Arabic, so a Muslim would be able to read this, but it's also decorative as well. So it's very beautiful going around there. We can see here, just like the tiles that we looked at, see how each one of these is made up of an individual box, and that box repeats again. So if you look here, the 4 individual boxes here, they repeat all over. And those make up a lot of the tiles and a lot of the patterns in the mosque like this. So there's someone taking a photo, very nice. Let's go and have a look over here. It's a lovely day in Uzbekistan, isn't it? Really nice, much nicer than it is here today. This is more of those repeating tiles, but look at these. I mean, one of the things I would love to visit this place one day, but just imagine how long it took to build this 600 years ago. There are so many bricks and tiles and patterns that repeat and repeat. It must have taken a lot of very skilled people a very long time to be able to do this. Everywhere you look, patterns are going on forever. Can you tell me, we talked about this last lesson, I wonder if you can tell me why it is that their patterns repeat and repeat. Yeah, it's because they believe that God goes on forever. What was the word for that? God is infinite, so God is infinite, God goes on forever, and therefore their tile patterns remind them of that by repeating on forever and ever as well. Just trying to find, well, there we go, that you can see how they're made up of these individual painted bricks in this picture here, but I wanted to have a look at some of the tiling on one of the domes. Wow, these are incredible places, really. I mean, you know, this would take about 7 or 8 hours to fly to go and visit. Oh, that's the dome that I want to look at in a bit more detail. So let's see. It's all a bit hit and miss with Street View, I find, but I'm enjoying this chance to wander around this spectacular site. Look at how big that is. You can tell from the group of people stood at the front. Then look at how big this mosque is. Doesn't it show you how important it was to the guy in charge to show how he was worshipping Allah and being a good Muslim by building this incredible mosque? There we go. Wow, absolutely amazing. And just think about each one of those individual tiles. those individual patterns taking place there. And so I can't find you a close-up, but I wanted to look at this dome because look at the way those patterns repeat and repeat and repeat. Each one of those little slithers is the same as the ones that went before it. Absolutely amazing. So this is in the country of Uzbekistan in Central Asia, and hopefully that's given you a bit of an idea of what these patterns. We looked at calligraphy, we've looked at repeating patterns, and we've looked at how this goes to be how it shows someone's respect for Allah, for their religion. So interesting. So there we go. A little miniature trip to lovely Uzbekistan for you. Yeah, I hope you're having a really good week. Next week, we're actually going to start the process of designing our own Islamic tile. Oh, are we? No, we might be doing a recap, and then we're going to be designing our own Islamic tile. So I will speak to you next week. Bye-bye.